carried. And next we move to the community boards. Akaroa Wairewa Community Board. Pam, thank you. Good morning. I was at home last night. I was in town looking after myself, making sure that I could attend a meeting this morning early and that the roads didn't cause any issues to me, but I'm told...
I actually was worried about you when I saw the weather last night.
No, I made an early decision yesterday. Akaroa Wairewa, well, a lot of these things in here about communities in action, and that's what about resilience is all about, and what our community, I hopefully, is about with our reserve management committees, and there are minutes from the reserve management committees there. There are some minutes from Little River Wairewa Community Trust coming to meet with us. So it is about communities in action and the things that we can do, and if you explain things and talk about things with the community, they can often make the right decisions at the end. So our minutes reflect that today. A lot of communities in action.
Very good. We'll deal with the minutes first. Andrew would like to move them and Tim would like to second them.
Yeah.
I'll put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried.
And we've got Part A issue.
Yes.
And we've got...
Just put them up on the screen.
I understand you've got a presentation.
Well, no, we've just got a couple of pictures to show you what U Cottage looks like just at the moment. It's just coming up there now.
Great.
It is a council... do I need to push this? It is a council-owned building. It was... and it's just gradually deteriorating quite majorly. And with the Community Board's decision earlier in the year to ask for a report, actually brought the community to a focus, and it brought the community out of the woodwork, really, because for many, many years we've talked about, come on, we need to find a champion to move this little cottage along and get something happening with it. It is in a flood zone. But it's known as Jeannie's Cottage more familiarly to us rather than New Cottage. But the staff recommendation, there's been a number of... it was a poor process around the significance and engagement, but now hopefully we're back on the right track. And so there is a number of staff recommendations, amended staff recommendations, and the board's recommendations on the last page, of which we were looking for support of. So have we got another picture there too?
You just use the arrows on the keyboard.
Arrows on the keyboard. So yes, this is just some pictures of the little cottage. It's there's just 3 of them there, so it's in quite poor disrepair at the moment. Need a considerable amount of work on it. It may need lifting. But excitingly, the community, because they're so enthusiastic about it, have already had a project and had a clean up around it and made a world of difference. It's in opposite the recreation ground. Yes. All right.
Yep. So
So I'd like to move the Community Board recommendation.
Yep. Seconded by Tim.
And if I can speak to that briefly.
Yep.
So as the pictures that Pam has shown us this morning, doing nothing with this cottage certainly isn't an option. We've got a site right in the centre of Akaroa, right by the recreation ground there, that could have multiple uses. It was in some ways unfortunate, but in other ways fortunate that this landed on the Community Board table in the way that it did. The fortunate thing about it is that it's allowed for a conversation, or a number of conversations, to happen within the community about what future use might look like, and certainly there are a number of community groups who are talking about this cottage being used as community space. There's talk of social enterprise opportunities, other uses that would be good for both social and economic development in Akaroa to happen on this central site. So the Community Board recommendation essentially is requesting staff to work through an expression of interest process, but including working actively with those community groups, a number of whom made deputations to the community board meeting where this was discussed, so that we get the opportunity to find out what all of the possibilities and opportunities are, with a particular focus on community use and social enterprise type use. So certainly appreciate the support of councillors for this today, so that that next piece of work can continue. Clearly there's an urgency here because we've got a piece of council-owned property right in the centre of Akaroa that needs a future use and that needs some attention. So certainly good to hear from Pam that the community have already engaged in a working bee and some other activities to get the site tidied up. So appreciate your support on this one today.
Right. Yanni? Sorry, I didn't know you wanted to ask questions. Sorry, we just started the debate. Sorry, you should have put your hand up to ask questions if you... sorry, Yanni, I should have known, but I didn't.
That's fine. I just wanted to clarify how it was on our significance and engagement policy, because I don't see it listed on there. So it's a really simple question. But
There is a last report, I think, that you might have received
It's listed
yesterday.
on our list of strategic assets. Yeah. Hey? Yeah.
Yes. It was the day before that it came back with that it was
Yeah.
significant.
It was just an oversight. So, all right, well, I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll move forward and hopefully we'll have a bright, shining cottage with a community involved in the next steps. Thank you.